Mershon Oakley and Jamarusi due up for Ohio State here in the bottom of the second. We welcome you back into Big Ten Plus here on a Sunsplash evening from Columbus. And what's turned out to be, Eli, a very nice weather day other than the wind, because it was raining earlier. They pushed first pitch back an hour, so this was supposed to get underway at 6 Eastern time, but it turned out pretty nicely if I don't say so myself.
Yeah, it's nice weather outside, not too bad of a breeze going. At least up here in the booth, it feels pretty good. It is quite chilly outside, and there is quite the wind towards the outfield, driving the ball into right field. But as the kids say these days, I believe it's golden hour right now, and the shadows are cascading across the field, and I'm still wearing my aviators. Maybe I should take them off.
It's nice and sunny outside. You're just fit for the setting at the moment. Maybe once it sets, I think you should take those off as Mershon takes outside for ball one. 264 batting average for Joseph Mershon, hitting .891 OPS. When he's leading off this year, hitting at .607, so maybe the trend continues. Very lethal leadoff hitter so far. Cuts and misses. 1-1. And Eli, after that first inning for Ohio State, 3 strikeouts, all of them looking. Kind of what's the adjustment you want to see here in the second inning?
Well, if you're Coach Mosiello talking to your team, you got to swing at anything close. We cannot waste another at-bat by just staring at another third strike.
All right, now Obermueller locked in so far, gets ahead in the count once again. It's now 1-2. That one ball here in this count was just the second he's thrown so far. He's thrown 12 pitches. Locked in to start. Here's the 1-2. Mershon off the end of the bat to Kopp at first base. Flips in. Will be safe. Obermueller got there but didn't get the foot to the bag. Mershon might have beat it out anyway. That's a hustle hit there for Joseph Mershon. It's a leadoff base runner for the Buckeyes.
And it wasn't a well-struck ball there from Mershon. It was at bat, and Obermueller right there just misjudges where the base was. He steps, and the base isn't there. He had a couple more feet to go. Just a miscommunication right there.
Off that replay, do you think Mershon beats that throw regardless?
Well, Mershon, he's definitely got some wheels on him, that's for sure. But I don't know if he beats that throw without the error from Obermueller right there.
Well, there he goes on the first pitch. No throw from Moore, and it'll be a team-leading 10th stolen base on the season for Joseph Mershon. Didn't waste any time.
Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe I'm jinxing him again. Maybe he does have some wheels out there.
Mitchell Oakley took off the corner for ball one and steps back into left-hander's batter's box. And this is a guy that is swinging a hot bat. As Obermueller takes a peek at second, will deliver the 1-0. Off the plate, ball two. Oakley coming off a 4-hit, 6 RBI weekend against Nebraska, including a grand slam in that one. Comes out on Wednesday night and hits 2 homers for 5 RBIs against Morehead State. He is just swinging the lights out right now.
Definitely trying to ride that hot streak. 305 batting average on 105 at-bats. Let's see if he can get it done.
Right now, not getting anything to hit. Count goes 3-0. Cade Obermueller trying to dig back into this count. He's gotten ahead so far. This is the first one he's fallen behind and hasn't gotten ahead. Takes a peek inside and will drop one in there for a called strike. As Oakley was sitting the entire way, did not have the green light to go.
And Obermueller right here needs to shake off that miscommunication with Mershon running to first base. See if he can get the out right here.
And battles back into the count, goes full. We'll have a payoff pitch coming up as Obermueller steps back onto the slab. A little bit of an open stance. Front foot a little bit towards the first base side of the field. Delivers the 3-2, slashed outside by Oakley.
And Oakley right there, as we talked about before, probably remembering the words of Coach Mosiello, swinging anything close, stop looking at the third strikes. And right now he's got a battle.
Well, we'll do it again at 3-2. Runner on second, that's Mershon. That's the 3-2 offering. Gets inside on Oakley. You could hear that one. That was off the very inside of the bat. And a weak pop-up for out number one.
Those are just the ones that you hate right there. Oakley not getting enough barrel on the ball right there. It was a little bit of an awkward hit, and he just pops it up right back to Obermueller to get the first out of the inning for the Hawk. For Iowa, excuse me. What am I saying?
You had it on the tip of your tongue.
I did have it on I just couldn't finish it. I don't know what that was.
Nick Jamarushi will step in for Ohio State. Swinging at the first pitch, flying it right field. Wind is blowing out that way. That's the one's going back at the track, and it will fly out of here. The wind just caught that, and it took it for a ride as Nick Jamarushi will circle the bases. And a big 2-run homer. And the Buckeyes will lead 2-0 here in the second inning.
I mean, we figured it was only a matter of time, right? We knew the wind was going to take one of these balls, and we take a look at the replay right here. Well struck, plenty of barrel on the ball, and the wind does the rest of the work. It just sails over the back wall. Home run for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Nelson and Wright, I mean, he had a beat on it, but that thing just kept going. He kept going back, and then he just has to come to the wall and accept that thing is gone. That's not going to be the first home run, or the last home run, I should say, that we're going to see out there. That flagpole out in left center field is whipping. Josh Stevenson will bunt at the first pitch and tries to pull the drag bunt down the first base line, but it rolls right to Kopp at first. And I'll put 2 down here in this inning.
And Stevenson, he had the right idea right there on the drag bunt, trying to draw Kopp away from first base. At the same time, he had too much power on the bunt right there, and Kopp didn't have to move much at all.
We have the 9-hole hitter, Nolan Farley, the freshman out of Encinitas, California. Getting the start at first base here today. Has not played since the home opener against Georgetown last month. It's been almost a month since he has been in the lineup at any point. Takes outside for a ball.
And Farley, as we said, starting at first base today, the freshman, trying to earn his stripes here on this Buckeye team. 10 at-bats on the year so far. No hits to his name yet.
Was 0 for 2 in that last start with a strikeout. Ahead in the count 2-0. I'll get ahead 3-0. Obermueller came out aggressive in that first inning, but is kind of, not going to say he's lost his command, but he's throwing a little bit more balls, allowing Ohio State hitters to settle into counts a little bit more and kind of just get more comfortable. As he'll miss up high for a 4-pitch walk, and Nolan Farley will draw it, and we'll flip it over to Trey Lipsy.
Well, with Obermueller right there on that last pitch, he's definitely a little bit shaken after giving up that home run. We can talk about Mother Nature and the wind as much as we want. At the same time, he delivered the ball that eventually got sent over the fence, and that's going to rattle him a little bit.
I would say, personally, as a pitch, if I pitched, I didn't really pitch. I was a left-handed pitcher. They tried to make me pitch as I was the only lefty on the team, but I wasn't very good. If I gave a homer, it would stick in my mind a little bit, but that's kind of, as a pitcher, you have to shake that from your mind. Short memory. Farley dancing around over at first. Obermueller will throw over there, keep him honest.
Obermueller, it's a battle inside of his head right now. Baseball is just as much a mental game as it is a physical game. The battle is within the mind, and he's got to win it.
And also, this is where you can see kind of the chess match aspect of the game. Farley over there can, with the left-handed pitcher on the mound, can dance over. He can see him. That's you. As a runner, you're trying to get into the pitcher's head a little bit over there, as Lipsy will cut through a fastball.
And Obermueller right now, he sees Farley over there on first base. Wants to make him uncomfortable. He'll probably check over there a couple times.
As Lipsy will swing sky one. Start of the pitcher's mound, and it's going to go all the way into foul territory. Kopp over there will make the play and retire the side. That's not a routine pop-up by any means. Started out by Obermueller, and it goes all the way to Kopp at the railing, and he'll retire it. But the Buckeyes get 2 on a Jamarushi homer.